And you're not going to leave here really with much of anything. Are you with me? You have to create an expectation if you're going to receive anything. Is that okay? Oh, yeah, you can say amen here, oh my, or bingo, or none of this stuff doesn't bother me. Yell out bingo, But the other day we were talking about this, and I shared this thought about positive expectation because we've been going through a lot of challenges. Anybody ever go through challenges? And when you put on an event like this, you have a lot of challenges because you're dealing with people, a lot of them are not like you. Come on, if everybody was just like you, everything would be fine. But you deal with people that are not like you. Like there's people in here that are not like you, and that's why some of you might want to up your expectations so that you can move out of the crowd or the table that you're with, so that you can intermingle with other people because you're not used to that. So you might make some new friends, you might meet some new people, you might meet some new contacts. Then you're going to find some other folks here that are just going to rub you wrong. And I've already met a few of them here. I'm like, wow. I'm like, I really know you. You just rubbing me wrong today. You ever have those folks? And you have those days and you have those times. And, so putting this event on, it's like, we got people yelling, people screaming, people this. And, all this stuff's going on while we are, preparing this thing. And we're trying to have this positive expectation. Make sure I look at my time. You guys flash or do that kind of stuff? Okay, good. So, I started thinking about this when I was praying about this because Yvonne and I have really been going through a lot of stuff to make this happen. And I know she had this, quote about letting it happen. And, we let it happen, but then, when you just let things happen, God is faithful. We know that. But then there's things that you have to do. Are you with me? And there are times that when you're going through these challenges that you're building and creating and making and doing this, that there are times that the pressure gets so intense that all of a sudden it just feels like you're at that boiling point. Anybody ever been there? It's like you're ready to pop, the pressure's on, the heat's on. Come on, it's 100 and something degrees out there. You guys happen to fly in when we have the beginning of our monsoons, and God loved you guys so much that He blanketed the whole city with dirt just for you. It was on the news, it's on the world news. Look, 50 miles wide, miles high, just for you. To come to the desert, you got a real desert, like one of those Alibaba experiences. And so, I just want to share some points and some thoughts with you that I believe that will bless you and help you so that you can keep that positive expectation going even when life is whacking you with a 2x4, even when you are going through some tremendous challenges, even when somebody rubs you the wrong way. Come on, are you with me now? Even when things are pressured, high pressure, and your very best friend you're supposed to be partnering with, working with, now you guys are butting heads, you know what I'm talking about? But there's things like that happen. I'm pastor and business, and I wish that everybody was sweet, but we know that when the pressure's on, you can just look at somebody the wrong way. What are you looking at? I've watched some of you ladies, come on. Hey, they took that coffee away too early. I was sneaking some cakes on the side, because some of them, hey, that food's gone. Here, you want an apple? I got a couple of apples. Don't mess with the lady when they're hungry. But let me throw this quote up here for you. Read this with me. It says, if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. Well, I don't know if you realize you're in Arizona, so it doesn't matter. Right. If the stove's off, it's still hot in the kitchen. So I got my answer for that is, forget about the heat and focus on what you're cooking in the kitchen. Oh. Because if you focus on what you're making, if you focus on what you're preparing, if you focus on what you're building, you won't get lost when those folks kick up the heat. You won't get kind of sidetracked on when things are challenging. What you do is you got to keep your focus, you got to keep your goal, you got to keep your eyes and your idea on what you are creating in the midst of the pressure.
That's right.
Woo! If this side likes me. Are you with me? Think about it. When the pressure's on, what are you going to do? I make this special dish, and it's called shrimp coffee. I focus when it's hot.
It's the only dish.
Heat, I'm sweating, I'm wet, but I'm focused on what I'm making and what I'm cooking. Are you with me? So, this whole time when Yvonne was putting on this event, and this is not working, and this is not happening, and this person's upset, and this person's angry, and this is, and we're like, woo, throwing up 10 balls and trying to catch 3. And she's looking at me, and I'm like, oh. I'm pulling out my blood pressure machine, putting it on, strapping it on, see what my numbers are running for the day. I'm just being real. She's telling me she's doing this and this, and I'm like, how much? When I start to, my voice goes up. And I used to have, when I was young, I grew up, I had a speech impediment, so I used to stutter. So when I really get in that zone, I'm like, what'd you say? How much? Stop! And then she's hard to stop, so I just kind of try to put a rope on her and hold on. But when you're going through the challenging times, and when you're going through the heat, and when you're going through the pressure, and you're going through the opposition, and you're going through the adversity, we can sit, and I'm sure that Yvonne's going to share with you a lot of the adversity and a lot of the challenges that we had to deal with, everything from the hotel corporation all the way down. But it was things that we had to do. We had to keep ourselves in a place. Are you with me? You have to keep yourself in a place, and you can't go to certain places. And throw that scripture up there for me. I'm going to put a little word on it if you don't mind. Romans 8:28. It says, for we are assured, and we know that God being a partner in their labor. See, here's the big key. You want God to be a partner in your labor. Otherwise, you don't want to be working as being part of what you're doing.
That's right.
So you want him to be in partnership. I'm in partnership with God. Everything that we do, God, he's our partner, and he really is the one that really is the CEO of everything. So all things work together. A lot of people quote that scripture, but they're not in partnership with God. So, here's the truth. It doesn't work really good. You can quote it, but it really wasn't. It'll work when you are in partnership with God. Then you know that no matter what you do, no matter what you're going through, no matter who says you're not going to have it, it's not going to make it, it's not going to be this, you know that all things are going to work together, are fitting into a plan for good to those who love God and are called
according to His.
Are called
according
to His design and His purpose. Woo. I read a footnote. They said some of the early manuscripts, it kind of read like this. Now, this is kind of all of modern day. We kind of add all this extra words and stuff. But here's the way it really kind of read in the original manuscript. It said, God works all things with them. Now, God will work, and He'll do things with you. Are you with me now? We a lot of times get sidetracked. We want God to do everything for us. He'll do things with you. Is that okay if I go there? Yes. Okay. Throw that next quote up for me. I'm a quote guy. I love quotes. And it says, regardless of what came before or what has yet to come, what matters most right now is how I choose to respond to the challenge before me. Will I lie down or will I fight? The choice is mine. I choose to finish strong. I choose to finish strong. I was all dressed nice and I was ready for the day. And I got blessed to play with my grandbaby. My little granddaughter, she was running around here, little Daisy Rose Sparrow. And, so that my daughter and wife could run around. I said, here, give her to me. Grandpa will play outside. I'm out there and I'm feeding her. And, I had on this beautiful little light tan Tommy Bahama. I got it going on. And all of a sudden, I'm thinking I'm about an hour, 2 hours ago, they're like, oh, you got chocolate all over your collar. Daisy Rose was painting on me. So then I'm like, oh my God, So I'm racing. I race over to the room, and I get all the way up there and realize I left my bag over here. Now she doesn't want to walk. She wants Grandpa to carry her. So now I'm really sweating when I get over there. I'm sweating. I got chocolate all over me. I get to the door. I don't have a key. I'm getting frustrated. I hear people in the room. I'm banging on the door. Let me in! It's hot! The lady comes out and she's speaking broken English, and I said, aha! Caliente! In! She's no can do security! So I'm everybody trying to stop everybody, I finally... 10 minutes go by. We're both sweating. Now Daisy's out. Oh, Grandpa, We're both sweating. I got chocolate melting all over me. I finally get into the room. I talk to somebody. God gives me favor. Get into the room. So I jump in there. I start whipping off my shirt. And all of a sudden I hear stuff moving around in the patio. And I'm like, then there's a girl. She's out there going, ah! And I'm like, ah! There was another girl in the room working. I'm like, one walked out. She didn't see there was somebody else in there. Thank God it was just chocolate on my shirt. Regardless of what came before me or what is yet to come, what matters most right now is how I choose to respond to the challenges that are before me. There are going to be challenges. So, I'm racing now. After I get done screaming, I just throw the shirt on and I race back over here. Then I'm like, this don't even look like it matches. Who picked this shirt out? I said, well, is that all right? Turn to your neighbors. You're going to have some challenges this week.
You're going to have some challenges this week.
Sweet, yeah.
You may not like the chocolate that's over there. You may. Somebody may spill some water on you. Yesterday, my wife was talking to one of the other ladies, and I seen a purse there. I thought it was my wife's purse, so I'm in there digging in. I'm just digging away, and the gal's, what? I'm easy, boss person. I'm digging, I'm searching, going, And then I realized, I'm sorry. Kathy, Joanne? Yeah, I didn't take any money. Just a 20. That's it. Throw my formula. I'm going to share with you a formula. I don't want to take too much. It says E plus R equals O. Events plus response equals an outcome. Everyone, you're going to have events this few days. Are you with me? Everyone, you're going to have some kind of event. In other words, somebody can smile, somebody can slap you on the back, somebody can say, I don't like you. That's an event. We're all having them. Today I had an event. I had chocolate all over me. I raced over there, got the shirt, found out there's a cleaning lady hiding in the back. I exposed half of myself. The thing was the upper half. She's screaming, I'm screaming, we have an event. And my granddaughter's going, I'm like, just get out of here, let's go. There are always going to be events in your life. You have to understand, there are going to be events, I mean, the limo don't show up. That's an event. He gets a different time. That's an event, Everybody got their car washed the other day and the dirt came and coated the whole city. That's an event. There are events. They're going to shut down your freeway. That's an event. There are events all the time that happen, but you know what happens is the key is the response. How do you respond to the events? Do you get ticked off? Do you get frustrated? Do you lose your cool? You can't deal with it? How do you want to go, toe to toe? How do you respond? Are you cool, calm, and collected? Are you, they keep coming to me with things, and I'm like, wow, he's so good right now. I am so numb right now. You can tell me anything. I'm like, so-and-so, this just happened. I'm like, yeah, it's cool. God will take care of it. Like, what are you going to do after this? You going to go somewhere? Yeah. I'm going to the room. Without Daisy. No, Grandpa's always there. So, the events are going to take place. Well, the other day I had a beautiful experience. I got to share this with you. My Daisy Rose Sparrow. Daisy Rose is her first name, Sparrow second name. I tell everybody that my daughter named her after two flowers, a bird, and a Mexican. Daisy Rose Sparrow Estrada. So the other day was her second year birthday, number 2, big 2, we're going to go all out, and they want to do a party. It's hot, nobody wants to do anything outside, so everything is inside, they got all these games and stuff. And Candace, you know I got to share this, right? He's going to do it. Yes, I am.
Your son.
You know, all the kids, I don't know how many, there are a lot of kids. And so I'm over there. I have a Saturday night session that I was getting ready for. We have a service we do on Saturday night up in North Scottsdale. So I'm in there in the office trying to get all my stuff done. And there's a lot of kids. There's a lot of little ones. She's 2 and they're all everywhere. There are lots of them. I don't know how many. I just don't know how many. There are a lot of them. And I noticed something, I'm in like a little glass office and I'm looking and I'm watching all the different expressions of the children. Is it okay if I share this? Yes. Because I'm going to share it anyway. But I noticed something that the children all had different expressions when they began to talk about the game. There was a group of kids that didn't want to play, and I started noticing they don't want to play because they don't want to lose. It is already, this is how they're responding to the events. They don't want to lose, so they don't want to play. So they're like, I don't want to play, I don't want to play, we don't play. They're playing. There's a whole group of them, they don't want to play. So I'm like, wow, check the mentality. Look at how they're responding to the event. So then, I'm just sitting there minding my own business. Then all of a sudden, then they're they have some winners and they're giving out prizes. Then I know some other groups. And I have a lot of grandkids in there. We got 7 in there. And I noticed that one of them, he's popping off going, well, why is she didn't win. Why did she get the bubbles? I just got a boomerang. And I thought, wow, look at the response. You have people that respond to things like that in life. They get mad when other people win. They get mad when other people get to the front. Are they special? But they get the VIP. There are people like that. They just, whoa, who are they? Well, why didn't I get treated like that? And my grandson says, well, how come she got the bubble? She didn't win. And he's going to every adult going, why? I didn't see her win. It doesn't matter if you've seen her. She's got the bubbles. What you need to do is stop crying and enjoy your boomerang. Turn your neighbor and say, enjoy your boomerang. Come on, let's resort. You're here to receive. You're here to get some great things from God. Meet some new people. Create some different relations. See, some of you want to be careful. You don't create a negative response. That's right. Because there's going to be events. What are you creating? And here's what happens when you get stuck in the event. You want to justify. Well, I'm right. See, victims always get stuck in the E. See, a victim always, here are people that they've been talking for 20 years. What happened to them? I killed my first dog 20. I'm from Arkansas, so you have to bear with me because he'll really come out every now and then. They killed my first dog, Fido. And for 20 years, their self-esteem and everything's damaged, and they keep going back to the E. And so they respond all the time the same way, so they get the same outcome, and they cannot figure why their life is the way it is, because all you got to do is look at how do you respond to each event. That's right. Man, we got pressure. You know what I said? I'm so pressured. I told my wife, I'm going to the pool. It was like 12 o'clock last night. I said, I just got to cool off. Mistake. Because the adult pool back here is about 4 foot deep. Well, you know what? In Arizona, at 100 and whatever degrees, that water's been sitting there and probably not a soul in that pool. I get in there, it is the same temperature as the jacuzzi, just without jets. So I'm like, oh my God, you're gonna have to like freeze it for me. I got so frustrated, I went back to the room. I set the tub for a cold bath. And it didn't come. I'm like, what in the world? I go in the shower. There's not no cold water in this whole place. I'm going to give me some ice. Is this okay? Yes. It's okay if you laugh here too. Absolutely. But the E plus the R equals O. So, but after I'm at IPA, I'm looking at all this. So I go back and I start working. Then all of a sudden, I see that one of the little boys, he runs out, he throws himself face down the couch, and he is just crying. He is breaking. He is having an emotional meltdown. Ever met anybody like that? Come on. Room full of ladies? Come on.
He's not even a ladies.
I touched Joan's purse, and I thought she was going to leap out at me. Who is this other man in my purse? My husband don't even go in my purse. Ever had an emotional meltdown? Well, this little boy, he's just bawling his eyes out. He's crying. And so I'm like, how can I put together anything? I'm like, I got to go out there. And I'm like, what's the matter? He's going on and lose every time. I never win. He's going on and on. He's affirming. He sings over and over. I never win in these games. I never win these parties. He's going on and on and on. I'm like, calm down. He goes on. And I'm like, wow, this is serious. So I go find his mom. I said, we need to go do something. I mean, he got some issues. And he's having a hard time right now. So I told his mom, I said, no, this is serious. You don't need to let this go. Because this little boy is emotionally gluing things inside himself. I never win. I can't win. He's emotionally gluing. See, that's what happens when you get all the emotion and the intensity in there. You start gluing that stuff, those thoughts. So I go back and I'm like, well, it's not my son. Should do something with it. And I go back to work and all of a sudden God comes on me and says, you can do something about it. I'm busy. Oh, come on, like you never tell God you're too busy to do stuff.
Yeah.
I tell him all the time, I'm busy. Can't you ask somebody else? He said, but anyways, listen to me right now. I'm talking to you. He says, you can do something for him. I'm like, I got 2 hours. I got to be up at the service over there. So I said, okay, fine, God, I'll do it. So I go out there, I bring him, I say, come on, stop. He's going on the whole way. I never win. I said, come on in here, sit down, just sit down. Come on. And I said, stop crying. He's like, okay, now listen. Do you want to win? He said, yeah, but I said, no. I said, do you want to win? He said, yeah, that's right, I want to win. I said, do you really want to win? Yeah, I want to win. I said, okay, sit down. So I pulled $3 out of my pocket. I folded $3 long ways. I put them in the top of the closet. I said, you knock those $3 down and you win them. He starts going in the hole. It's too high. Do you want to win? You're not going to win if you don't throw, if you don't hit it, if you don't know. But you can win right now. And so he said, well, what am I going to do? I said, I got a piece of paper I rolled in. He said, here, throw it. Knock him down with this. And I just turned back and went back to work. All of a sudden, he walks up, he grabs that piece of paper, and he said, you see, because he already has a belief.
Okay, come on.
He said, pick it up and throw it! Now, it's a little bit military, a little bit hickey me. So pick it up! Throw it! After a while, he walks up to me, picks it again. He throws it 3 times, and he comes back and starts bawling. 3 times. I go, this is not baseball! You're not out! I didn't say you're out after 3. Keep throwing it. Do you want to win? He said, yeah, then pick it up and throw it. So he's like, yeah, 15 times. Before he knocks down the first dollar, and he's like, I watched him, I'm working over on my iPad. He runs over, he picks that dollar up. Now he feels the power. He feels the feeling of winning. Come on, somebody. He starts feeling it. He's moving that dollar around his pocket. All of a sudden, you can see like a metamorphosis, transformation beginning to take place on him, because all of a sudden, from crying and bawling to all of a sudden, now what he does is now he begins to raise up. His little chest starts popping up. He's got this little bit of an attitude now. He's got a win in his pocket. And then what he does is amazing, because now he's got some confidence. Are you with me now? What I did was I helped him to create another event. So what happened, the different event caused him to have a different response, which was obviously going to lead to a different outcome. So all of a sudden now he's pumped. I'm working, I'm just watching. There's a brand new pair of baby little shoes, and all of a sudden he's got those. He's looking like David and Goliath. He slings them up there about 3 or 4 times the dollar ball. He's talking stuff now. I mean, he is talking. He grabs something that was, and I'm like, it's a big old
a winner.
You got a boomerang, eh? I got 3 books. So I asked him the other day, I seen him. I said, "You still a winner?" He says, "I'm a winner." And then his mama said, "What did he win the other day at school?"
He was the only kid at his vacation Bible school who won any of the games.
He's the only kid at Vacation Bible School that won. Why? Come on, give me one hand. Come on, why? Why? One is because an adult chose not to be so busy.
Oh, go there.
Come on. Am I done?
No,
Okay.
you're not. Go there.
No, I'm going to respect, but listen to me. You see, I kept telling God, I'm too busy for this boy. He's not mine. And how many times is we're believers, we're being most of those Christians, even if that you got some kind of heart. But you need to take the time to look around because their kids, their children, their grandkids, cousins, nieces, nephews, and even if you don't even know them, somebody you can be something in their life. And this little boy, I took the time, and now all of a sudden he thinks, he believes. Because I asked him, "Are you a winner?" Yeah, he goes, "It was a little difficult, but I won. I'm a winner."
Come on now.
Are you with me now? I'm just going to leave it. I could be here all day. You let me say something else, I'll say something else. But wait, one second. The E. If you get stuck in the E, you got to be a victim.
Yeah.
Are you with me now? All those men. Oh. I'll give you one according to the rating. 2 women, same event, get raped. Terrible thing, terrible. It should never happen, but it happens all the time. It's an event. Say this with me, it's an event.
An event.
One lady in that event turns, the response is she begins to get so filled with hate and bitterness and rage that she turns to drugs. She becomes a prostitute. What's the outcome? Prostitution. And a lifestyle like that. There's another lady, same event, gets raped, tragic. Her response, she goes on the offense. She begins to tell other women. She begins to start helping other women. Are you going to come on, stay with me? You know what the outcome is? The outcome is called the O show. That was Oprah's response. Come on, stay with me. Same event. Same event. It happens every day. All of us have different events. Got laid off, lost everything we have, the money, the real estate. Listen, those are just events. The key to everything in life is how do you respond? Oh, I'm a pastor. They all left me. But how am I going to respond? Well, there's a whole city full of millions of people out there.
Woo!
Well, they don't want to do business with me. Oh, boo-hoo. There's a lot of people out there that will do business with you. So how do I respond? I start looking. And I'm going to give you one last thought. It's called inverse paranoid. And I'll teach it sometime. But you know what it means? You know what people are paranoid? Paranoid people do this. They think everybody's out to get them. But an inverse paranoid, they have a belief that everybody's out to bless them. You come up with, what do you mean you try to sneak something in my wallet? I try to pull something. See, the inverse paranoid believes that the world, the universe, everything is out trying to do good to them.
Yes.
That's what an inverse paranoid is. Are you paranoid? Yeah. I'm thinking something. God, everybody's after to bless me. Something good is going to happen to me. I'm tired, but something good is going to happen to me. Are you with me now? I mean, come on. I'll walk out, somebody give me some chocolate. I'll walk out, somebody give me a promise book. Are you with? Somebody go buy my lunch today. I am looking for a good thing. Do I see the bad? Yeah, I do. But you know what? Forget all that. I'm not going to focus on that. I want to see the good. Turn to say, focus on the. That's called positive expectation, and they teach you expect what you expect. You usually get. So up it. Is that okay? Say this with me. I'm a winner.
I'm a winner.
And I want you to be sensitive enough to look around because there's some folks in here that need to win again. There's some ladies in here that need to win. So be sensitive, okay? And maybe what can you do to help create another event for them? I need a hug. Maybe there's a lady here and you can see she's shying off from everybody. Pull her in. Come on. Help change the event. You know, because some people, these events, nobody knows me here. Pull her in. Do something different. Is that all right?
Yes.
Woo!
Okay? Would you give, Yvonne, give the Lord a hand? Come on.